All right, last one of the day. It's in line with everything we just talked about, and it kind of just acts as a reminder to, lift your head up every so often. Stress and anxiety caused by smartphone use revealed in a new study. An excessive amount of time spent on social media is also likely to cause teeth grinding and facial muscle pain. Take it easy, ladies and gentlemen. Put a little Lou Later on in the background. Put on a TV.
Yeah, passive.
Yeah, you don't have to be scrolling all the time, clenching your jaw shut because you're in some sort of weird, anxious state, looking for the next thing. We'll break it all down. Let us do the heavy lifting.
Sure.
Let Willie do the heavy lifting. Let Willie take care of the wild card at the end of the show.
Yeah, maybe.
Take care of you guys. So they did a study here, and it was about 600 participants. Now, what's important, this is posted the Jerusalem Post, and what's important, why that's important, is because the study included secular Jews who are mostly smartphone users, and then a group of ultra-Orthodox who can only use a phone without an internet connection. So the reason this is important in the case of this study is because you're trying to find two different groups who have vastly different smartphone habits. Follow me on that? Mm-hmm. In order to see what the distinction is between the two, who's more likely to do what, by how much, and does that necessarily coincide? But like any study, it's only 600. It's a small sample size, and it's a very specific group that they're analyzing. So there could be other factors. This is my disclaimer. I'm currently sanding the drywall. The participants were asked about feelings of stress and tension throughout the day, whether they had a tendency to wake up at night, a need to be available to the cell phone, teeth grinding, and jaw pain. Studies found that 54% of the users, the smartphone users, wake up in the middle of the night, compared to only 20% from the other group, the ultra-Orthodox population, who didn't have the connection on a phone. You see what I'm saying here? Mm-hmm. Huge increase over there. Now, it's funny when you hear it listed like that, you're like, well, yeah, maybe those the ultra-Orthodox people, they might just wind down sooner. Maybe they read a book. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
There's other habits that might be associated with that. In addition, half of the secular respondents feel a moderate to high level of stress due to the phone, compared to only 22% of the other group. Dr. Pasia Friedman Rubin, who helped conduct the study, explained that in today's day and age, people live with a sense of FOMO, and so they want to stay constantly updated and know what's new every moment. This need naturally creates a growing dependence on phones, which leads to feelings of stress and anxiety. Someone might write something on social media, I might miss out, so on and so forth. Of course, there's other potential outcomes that it could be worse than just the simple fear of missing out. Can make you feel terrible, can make you grind your teeth, can make you just feel like trash as a whole. Mm-hmm. And it might be a hard thing to pinpoint, well, why am I feeling in such a way? Mm-hmm. Because it tends to be absorbed in small doses, and then it just builds up over time.
Yeah.
You know, it's a weird thing, especially as far as anxiety is concerned, that a lot of people don't start thinking about anxiety until it's become a huge problem. You don't think of it in the small little aspects of day-to-day life that may have contributed to that eventual explosion.
Yeah, but even like being on social media, it would be after the fact that you would have this empty feeling, not while you're scrolling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not while you're...
So there are like little tidbits of, occurrence. But.
Yeah, but or maybe for some individuals it's just a general feeling like crap or despair or unknown depression or anxiety or something, and then it's like a person could be looking for an analysis and be like, I'm just doing what everyone else is doing. Mm-hmm. Why am I feeling like this? And then someone could say, well, let me ask you this. How often are you on social media? What exactly are you doing? What does your life consist of? That could be contributing to this particular feeling, what's in your past, and so on and so forth. And everybody's going to be different. And some people are going to have a higher threshold. Some people are going to be able to put up with it. Other people maybe less so. It's important to just be attentive to pay attention
And be aware.
to what the things that you're exposing yourself to are doing to you, like a type of nutrition, like the way you might pay attention to what goes into your body. Monitor your eyeballs, monitor your experiences, monitor how much time you might be spending inside of these platforms, and then what your feelings are that are associated to it. If you're paying more attention to that, then chances are you're going to be able to manage it a little bit better, hopefully. But some people are going to need to make some decisions around even potentially not involving themselves in certain social media if they feel like they're just not getting a positive effect from it.
Yeah. And I mean, it's all subjective. Saying to quit cold turkey doesn't mean a lot to everyone. You know, I think everyone just needs to be aware of themselves.
For sure.
You know, and just look after themselves.
Pay attention to the effects, see where you're at, and keep watching Loot Later. That'll save you, I promise.
All right.